Hi everyone, welcome to day 12, which is actually day 13. I was not feeling well yesterday, so I had to postpone to the project to today, and then I had to move it up an hour because I forgot I have a meeting with my upline at 5 o'clock, and then after that I have a meeting with my team, my downline. So I had to squeeze this in here. I'm feeling much better. Thank you everyone for the well wishes. I had a really bad headache and kind of felt feverish, just really wasn't feeling good, and I just couldn't focus. I'm sorry I had to come on an hour earlier than expected, but today's project is one of my most popular projects. This one's totally different, but I've made it something similar before for my coffee and cards class that I had offered before. So it holds a coffee pod, a K-cup pod, and this one is gonna hold a coffee cake. Usually the ones that I've made in the past holds the little package of Hostess donuts in a K-cup. And then I wanted to use a stamp set that was technically not Christmas. So I'm using the Autumn Leaves bundle, and we're gonna make some holly leaves and decorate our box. So, I'd like to thank all of you who have been joining me for all 12 days. It has been a challenge for me, but I got through it, and it was fun making a new project for you guys every day. And like I've said before, that these you can replicate for gifts for coworkers, random act of kindness, gifts, whatever, but they're pretty easy. And for all of you who have been following me all this week, anyone who places an order, it doesn't matter what size order, I'm gonna send you a free embellishment. So if you'd like to place an order and get a free embellishment, just use my shopping link, and I will post it. That shopping link, every month when I post a shopping link, it has my host code built into it, so you don't have to add a host code. All right, I think that is it, and be sure and join me every Wednesday at 12 o'clock Mountain Time, and I have a new project every week. This one I've been doing every day, so be sure and join me. Now I think that's it. Project sheets, I have posted all of the project sheets right here on my page, and I will post this one when we get done. And like I said, this project is just one of my most popular projects that people like to put together. When I did my coffee and card class with the donut one, people were just, everybody wanted the measurements and stuff for that. So here's our box. And like I said, we're using the autumn leaves. So what I did is I'm turning the leaves into holly, and we added some the iridescent discs to make the holly berries. And then when you open it, see, it holds the K-pod, like I told you, and a Hostess coffee cake. So these are just, I threw the box away because I might have eaten one or two and with my coffee in the morning, and I forgot I went and threw the box away. But they're just Hostess coffee cakes. And you know what? I'm gonna put this right here and see if it blocks that line. This is my theme with my dies on it. Oh, and just to get in the Christmas spirit, in case you guys haven't noticed, there's some Christmas music playing in the background. And if it if it's louder than my voice and you can't hear me, let me know and I can shut it off. Not a problem at all. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to use pecan pie. I'm like, I hope this is pecan pie. It should be pecan pie. Not like the mistake I did the other day. So this is going to be 8 1/4 by 6 1/2. Ah, my paper got stuck. All of a sudden it seemed like that music did get loud. I have Alexa over there playing the music. I wanted to get into the Christmas spirit. Oops, she heard me say her name, so now she stopped. Alexa, play some Christmas music. Now she has to start all over. Okay, so this is the bottom of our box, and it's going to be 8 1/4 by 6 1/2, like I said. And we're going to score every side at 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. 2 inches. Yeah, I wanted to get in the Christmas spirit since it's my last day of 12 days. And then we're going to go ahead and cut the top as well. And we're going to need another piece of cardstock for that. And it's going to be 6 1/4 by 4 1/2. So 4 1/2 and 6 1/4. And I was very happy that this, I'm trying to find my quarter. It's right there. This box came together very easy, surprisingly. You know, well, not yesterday, the day before, I explained to you guys how I create my boxes. And this one was a little bit different because the K-cup is taller than the coffee cake. So I had to go the height of the K-cup. So again, we're scoring all of these at 1 inch. Okay, and then we're going to do a lot of die cut, not die cutting, we're going to do a lot of paper cutting. So burnish all our lines, and because we're going to cover this all in paper. So if I wasn't to use, you know, cardstock, I can, so we're going to cut all of these up. So cut up your score lines. Go ahead and angle those. If I was to use designer series paper, it would not be sturdy enough to hold the K-cup and the coffee cake, because we need to make a little insert that holds our K-cup. Again, if that music gets too loud, let me know and I can stop it. Okay, and we're going to do the same pretty much with this one. And again, that's how I figured out my height, was according to the K-cup. So I'm trying to think, do I want the, no, I gotta, now I'm a little bit confused. Ooh. We're going to go this direction. I got confused. I mean, you can go either direction, but I think I want my tabs to go in this way on the larger side instead of the smaller side. Did that piece fall out? Nope. And I tell you, when I design them and then when I'm recreating them for you guys, I forget, like, how did I cut it? Which way did I go? So we're going to have that little slit right there, but I'll end up fixing it somehow. Again, I just like to angle these. And I should have grabbed the longer bladed scissors. So have you guys been enjoying my 12 days of projects? Have you tried any yet? I know I'm on a little bit earlier than expected, so some of you might still be at work. This one I didn't cut very straight. Okay, so we're gonna assemble these the exact same way. Oh, so I still cut it wrong. They're gonna go in. That doesn't matter. If I would have cut it the other way, would they went in this way? Anyway, we'll just go with the flow. It worked, like I said, it works either way. These ones might just overlap. I think I was supposed to cut it the other way. These will just overlap each other, which works too. Or if they would have went the other way, they wouldn't have overlapped. And then that was kind of my marking point for my insert. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a few minutes. So these would have came in and it would have been your 2-inch mark. And then that's where we were going to line up our insert for the K-cup. If we don't do the insert, the K-cup just floats around there. And I kind of wanted it to stay in place. So that's why I created the insert. You guys enjoying the Christmas music? Can you hear it? For me, it kind of seems maybe it's a little loud. It's not too loud, but I don't want it to where you can't hear me. Okay, so there's our box and our lid, but we're going to make our insert real quick. And our insert is going to be 2 by 5. So 2 by 5. And we're going to score this long side at 1.5 and 4. Why did I turn it around that way? I guess I could have did 1.5 the other way. No, it's not 1.5. Am I reading the 1.5 and 4? So I did 1.5, right? Yes, 1.5. I'm going to do 1.5 again. Because for some reason I think it was probably supposed to be 3.5. Okay, so now we're going to die cut this to make our hole for the K-pod. So we want each end to be 1.5 because that's where it's going to go inside our box. So we're good. This is the third to the smallest stylish shaped circle. I got glue on my hands, so I keep pulling it back. And you just want to center it in that center section so that our K-pod can fit in there. And if you do the other one, it's going to be too big. The other circle, the next size up is too big. And the other one is too small. Okay, so now we'll fold those lines. And we are going to glue this to the side. Now, like I said, if those tabs were in, it would have been right at 2 inches. And this is 2 inches. So we're just going to put it up against the bottom all the way to the side. So can you see what I'm doing? All the way up to the side and to the bottom. It's kind of hard to show you. And then we'll do the same on this other side. And just this one, you're just gonna, oh, I didn't see, I messed up on my scoring. Ugh, I'm gonna have to fix this somehow. I'm gonna have to fix my measurements. Something's wrong. I thought I had it right. Oh, you knew it? I don't know. I'm sorry, but this should fit all the way over here. And then, I don't know how I always mess up. Our pod is going to fit right in there. So now our pod's not rolling around. And then our coffee cake will fit in there just as well. Now it's going to bother me what that measurement was because I know I measured it correctly earlier. But we'll put our lid on her. Well, we don't need to put the lid on because now we're going to cut the pieces for it. So, because we're going to do the sides of the box. So we're using this paper that I hadn't used at all, Joy of Christmas Designer Series paper. And it has like the gingham, some like holly, some leaves, some musical notes. So we're gonna use the gingham, the red gingham. And for the front and back, we need 1 7/8, so which is almost to the 2. 1 7/8 by 4 1/8. So we need 2 of these, because one for the front, one for the back. 4 1/8. And then for the sides, we need them to be 2 3/8 by 1 7/8. So you can get one more out of this piece with this strip. And let's see what this one measures. I don't think this is too small. Wait, what's it? 1 7/8. Oh yeah, this might work. 1 7/8 by 2 3/8. And then those are our box. Now let's go ahead, because we only need those. Now we're going to do the top. The top is different. We're going to use this holly pattern, and the top is going to be 2 3/8 by 4 1/8. And the sides are going to be the sides are going to be 7/8, so just before the 1, by 2 3/8, and then 2 3/8, because we need 2 of those. And then the front and back is going to be 7/8 as well, by 4 1/8. I know it's a lot of cutting and that one's a little bit short. But like I said, if we were to make the box out of this, it would not be sturdy enough. So I'm gonna go back and cut 7/8 and 4 1/8. I hope I'm not confusing you. Okay, so let's do the box first. We're gonna glue this on, flip it over. There went our coffee pod. I was trying to use a non-Christmas stamp, and that's why I went with the autumn leaves. I was looking at the Coffee with Friends one, but it wasn't really kind of anything that was Christmassy to work with. But again, you know, you could just make these, just see, that wasn't right. I am really messing up here. How did I cut that one wrong? This is 2 3/8, 2 3/8. Yeah, you can make this, just like I said, coworker gift, or that, and use that Coffee and Friends stamp set. I need to adhere these all better. And we can stick our, so this is gonna bother me, because I know I had that correct, and I rewrote my instructions, because see, I always write them bigger for me. And then, you know what, I should look on my directions. I have 2 by 5.5. Oh, it was 5.5, and I cut it 2 by 5. See, I left the half out, so that's where that 1/2 inch would have came in. So my instructions are going to be correct. It's just the ones that I rewrote were not. So my instructions on the tutorial are correct. Okay, so this is going to be our lid, the top of our lid. And this is the front or the back. My box is a little smushed. I must have not put glue there. Let me. Okay, now the other one. And does anybody have any questions about anything? My corners are not sticking very well because I know I didn't put adhesive on the corners. I think that's why my paper looks like it's lifting in the corners. Whoa, what happened here? Ah! And look, it's stuck. I guess I moved it too quick. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness it's day 12, right? Ugh. I can't believe that moved. Ugh. Darn it. But we're gonna make it work. I must have flipped it around too soon. And it moved as I was flipping it over. So let me hold it for a minute. This isn't gonna move since I tore it off. And we have one more side. So you know what, because this is bothering me. I'm gonna leave, oops, that one moved too. I am going to rip this out and do it correctly so you guys can see that it does work. And this is gonna be covered. So, again, it was 2 by 5.5, 5.5. That's where I messed up. And we're gonna score it at 1.5 and 4. Okay, now we have to die cut it again real quick. Get this glue out of the way. Again, we're using the third to the smallest circle. For those of you who are just joining me, I had messed up on my cutting. That looks a lot better. I had my piece a 1/2 inch short. And this project holds a K-cup and a coffee cake. So a Hostess coffee cake and a K-cup of coffee. Okay, so now we'll fold these over. And now it's gonna glue correctly. And I'm playing Christmas music since it's the last day and I wanna get in the Christmas spirit. So I'm pushing this all the way down to the bottom and all the way over to the side. And then we're gonna do the exact same thing on this side. And now it should reach because my dimensions should be correct. Ta-da! So let me push this all the way down and all the way up against the wall, that wall. Perfect. See, I knew. So now you can put your K-cup in there and you can put your Hostess cake. You don't have to push it all the way down. Like I said, it was because of the height of this and this are two different. So that's why I had to make it to where the box was higher because it had to fit the K-cup. All right, so now let's make our holly leaves. You guys are probably, wow, this is a lot, but it's really not. So our holly leaves, we're gonna use garden green. And we are going to stamp 2 sets. I'm going to grab my foam pad since this is photopolymer, and I want it to stamp nice and crisp. Stamp 2 of those, and since we got the stamp out, like that, we are going to stamp the sentiment. And I used with a grateful heart, but of course, any Christmas stamp set you have, you can use the Ringed with Nature. It has Merry Christmas, so I know you can use Merry Christmas. Okay, so let's get our die cutting machine. We're gonna cut this one out with this banner die. And everything, I was gonna say, everything's probably gonna move on me. I only got 1 set of leaves die. We have some other die cutting to do as well. And we're gonna cut this one. Does the video keep pausing on you guys or skipping? Because when I look up, it seems like I'm frozen. You know, we do not have the best internet here. I'm gonna get a piece of tape. This internet here is just not the greatest at all. It's very frustrating. Okay, so we got our leaves, our holly leaves. We're turning them into holly leaves. And then now I need some, we're going to use pecan pie. And I'm going to use this die here that is actually the veins of a leaf that goes into the autumn leaves. And I'm going to cut a circle because we need that. And this one is the 3rd to the largest, or it's the one that is the next one bigger to the one that we used for the K-pod. K-pod, K-cup, whatever you like to call it. Okay, and we're gonna need 2 of these. And on my instructions, I called these sprigs. I guess I could have called them leaf veins, but I called them sprigs. And I'm going, of course, just to add more texture to our project. All right, so now we're gonna assemble our holly leaves. And what I did, these are all our die cut pieces. What I did now is I cut these in half. I gotta find my scissors. They're tucked over here. So I just snipped them right where they go together because I wanted them closer and overlapping. So we don't need that other circle that we cut out, so you could save it for another project. So what I did is I just added some, I think I added glue to this one because that was a little longer, and then just overlapped them like so. And add some glue, and then just overlapped them. So then that they were closer. And then for my holly berries, I used the iridescent discs, and we're going to use the red ones, which are technically Poppy Parade, but to me they're red. So where's my box? I'm like, I gotta look and see what I did. So I added 1 first. 1. See, that Christmas music seems like it's getting loud. And then I added 2 more, like so. Do those look like hollies? Do you guys think they look like hollies? This one flipped over. I'm trying to think outside the box because I felt like my projects, I just kept using the same Christmas stamp sets over. There's no way I could have focused on all of this yesterday. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of our banner. And we're gonna add our banner to our circle in the center. Now we're gonna add dimensionals to the back of the circle. And yes, this has an adhesive sheet on it because I was using it for something else. But I wanted to pop this up, so kind of like, if I wanted just to glue it, then I could have used that adhesive sheet. These dimensionals are sticking to me. Like I can't get that one off. Okay, so now we'll just put this in the center. And now we'll add some dimensionals to the back of our holly leaves. I'm just gonna add one. And add one up in this corner, one down in this corner. We kind of want to show those little red berries. And then these we're just going to do with glue dots. And I just stuck them to one side. Again, just to add some more texture or layers, whichever you'd like to call it. Stick this one under here and stick this one. Got to make sure that glue dot don't. And then just like so. So what do you think so far? We're almost done, and believe it or not, I'm not using Wink Stella on this project. So I'm using the pecan pie ribbon. Since we used a pecan pie cardstock, and we're just gonna tie a bow with this right in the center, and then we'll fix it up. Is the Christmas music getting you in the mood? Are you guys ready to decorate your tree? Have you decorated your tree? All right, so there is our project. Just like that. What do you guys think? Well, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys following me for my 12 days of Christmas. I hope you have enjoyed the projects and that you make some. If you make some, share them here on my page so I could see what you made. You guys all have a great evening. And again, thank you so much for joining me for 12 days. And you can join me every week at 12 o'clock p.m. For my workshop Wednesdays, and I do a live video with a project for you every week. Okay, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining. Bye.